Kind of a quiet day here in Northfield. I'm all done at the track now. I'm on my way out. Walt and his friend showed up from Michigan. Wanted to go get a bite to eat. Told them I'd go have a quick bite with them. I love when our clients show up in town, especially just on everyday nights, just to drop in and watch the horses go. And obviously tonight we had a couple of our horses. This was like an evaluation, right? This was another evaluation for, I've told everybody, we have 6 fillies that are fast enough to win the golds. We have 6 fillies that are good enough to be gold fillies, but they have to do it right. Right? Swinging Senorita, you saw the display she put on. That training that we put into them, the work we put into them, it shows up if they allow it to. She certainly did on Monday. I know, the line wasn't impressive, and I know a lot of people maybe aren't paying attention to another horse. A horse that I think is going to turn some heads this summer is Whispering Song. She's going to be a gold filly, I think. I know she is because we're entering the gold. We're going to enter 3 in the golds and 3 in the Buckeyes. Now I know that's quite a walk back from 2 weeks ago or even a week and a half ago when I said we have 6 Sire Stake fillies. I think we have 6 fillies that are capable of being in the Sire Stakes. Pretty hard to put high enterprise in after coming up sick and getting blown up. Now, in fairness to her, she is going to have probably a start next Wednesday here. I'd like to be here. We could take her to the fair, but I'd like it to be here because I'd really like to see her redeem herself, if she's healthy, which she'll be. If she tied up also. Like her AST was 2,700 3 days after she raced. So most definitely she tied up and she was full of mucus. So either one of those is more than enough to have cause for concern. But put both of them together, and even though I hate seeing a quarter in 36 seconds, it's pretty easily explainable when you have a 2-year-old trotting filly that can't breathe and is cramped up. You do the math. So I'd like to see her redeem herself somewhat next Wednesday. I still think she would have to go a fairly impressive mile for me to say, okay, we'll race her in the Sire Stakes. But I think, as I sit here and talk to you, most definitely Swinging Senorita is obviously a Sire Stake filly. Maybe it was lost on you how good Smoking Hot Irish Girl was today. This is a filly now, keep in mind. Same type of scope as Whispering Song. Didn't have the tie-up, but the same type of scope as Whispering Song. So, and she bounced back with a great effort today. If I keep driving to the front at the quarter pole, it's over. She's a winner for sure. But I think she needed that, right? The fact that I was 3 wide just watching everybody make breaks and jostle in the first turn, just kind of sat out there and then crossed over. I could have went to the front and grabbed a hold of her as quick as she was attacking, put her in the hole. She was immediately just chilled out. That you need to be able to do that. That is such a feather in a 2-year-old's cap. You have no idea how important that is. She sat and be quiet. And then Aaron's horse kind of pulled up getting into the last turn. She climbed right up on the back of him and just kept trotting like no big deal. Again, these are all things that just make her a better horse. I was just so impressed with her outing. And then these aren't pacers. You just can't drop them in the pass lane and wait. You can't do that. It takes time. And she sprinted on down the lane. She was beat 2 feet? She raced great. Very, very good mile from her. She's 100% a Sire Stake filly. I know I was saying to you guys a second ago about Whispering Song, just the fact that she too did everything perfect and then was on a full-on sprint from the 5/8 pole to the wire. To see horses do that is just it feels great for me, knowing that I can drive them however I want and they can succeed. So those 3 horses right now 100% are going in the gold. I would like to see, we will give High Enterprise an opportunity to strut her stuff next week with absolutely no expectations. There's not a bone in my body, there's not a voice in my head that says she might not be a Sire Stake filly. I truly believe she is. But we're also not going to hurt her. If she's not 100% ready to rock on the 17th, she's going in the Buckeye. There's no 2 ways about that. And then the filly tonight now touched her knee, chewed at her right hind. I think, as I was just saying to Walt, if we could keep her at 59 2 minutes, that speed, we need to change her shoes a little bit more. I looked at her shoes tonight, and I saw what the blacksmith did. The cork we have on the outside of her shoes, it's not big enough. So I know Enos is Amish, so he probably isn't watching YouTube right now. But the corks just aren't quite big enough. So I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. He's going to be in the barn shoeing in the morning. I'm here until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm going to talk to him about the shoeing and explain exactly what I'd like to see in the footwear of Coupe de Ville, and then we'll put that little go straight on the outside also to help her out with her trotting. And I think, again, when you get up near fifth gear and she is fast, the faster she goes, the more inclined she is to hit, right, and interfere. But she was smart tonight. Fell off the gate a little bit because she knew she was interfering. She would interfere. Fell off, smart enough to fall off the gate a little bit, and I didn't want to push her. And then coming to the half, I put her in gear. She was trotting pretty good down the backstretch, and then Ryan Stahl's horse got all out of gear and carried me way out in the outside, and she finished up pretty good. So a decent mile from Coupe de Ville, but I would like to keep her around 59 2 minutes. I would like to tinker more with her shoeing and just keep her comfortable. I want to keep her like she was tonight. Obviously, I want to win with her. I want to keep her the way she was tonight, but I want to win with the filly. And I think to do that, we keep her in the Buckeye. We keep her throttled back to 59 2 minutes. Any faster than that, she's going to start interfering. You're going to see her slapping at her knees and hitting her jack, and I don't want her to do that. She wants so bad to compete right now. I think we owe it to her to allow her to do that. So, Jason said, I don't know if she's going to get around a fair. She'll get around a fair. Slower, better for her. And it's not that she's not fast. She's very fast, but she could hurt herself going too fast. And I think just keep her around 59 2 minutes, keep her in the Buckeye, and I think we'll have a great summer with Coupe de Ville. And then Full Heart, listen, if Full Heart thinks she's on a full scholarship through 2023 at the stable.ca, she is sadly mistaken. I am very disappointed in the way that she has turned out the last 2 weeks. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She was hitting herself the other day. I think she was slipping on the track. We changed her shoes around. I am going to probably tell Jason I want to train her tomorrow morning. I knew there was one I wanted to go with. I'm going to train her hard tomorrow morning. I want to see if the shoeing helped. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe once we get her shod right and she's not hitting herself, maybe at that point she starts to be a little more manageable. She was very ornery the other day, hard to deal with, and then when I called on her for just a little bit of speed, she kind of half-assed put out, and I don't like that. So I guess I'll walk that back. I'll rewind that back a couple of minutes and just say I want to see what Full Heart has to offer over the next 10 days to 2 weeks. I want to see a very good training mile from this filly tomorrow, and by good I don't mean fast, I mean proper. I want to see a very good training mile from her tomorrow morning, and then we'll go from there with Full Heart. So we do have 6 fillies that are good enough to start in the Sire Stakes. I believe we do. One, a little stubborn and hasn't learned as much as the other ones yet in Full Heart. One, interfering a little bit, and I think just at a slower speed for a little while would do her a lot of good. So we're going to hide at least one, if not both, of those fillies in the Buckeye. And then the third one is just High Enterprise, who was really sick and tied up her last start. Can she bounce back? I'm going to defer the final judgment on her until after her next start, which should be Wednesday. I will defer it until after that. The other 3 fillies, I'm telling you, as sure as I'm a foot tall, those 3 fillies are Sire Stake fillies. So that's what went on tonight. I somehow turned a short little update and 2 races into a 9-minute tirade. I'm good at that. I was very happy with what I saw today. I wasn't disappointed with Fashion Presidente. That won't happen next week. I was super impressed with Austral Hanover. Very impressed with what I saw from Smoking Hot Irish Girl and the tenacity of Coupe de Ville to do her work. Keep in mind, my job, don't break rule number 1. She makes a break tonight. Now we got to requalify before we go to any stakes, and it's just a mess. It was very important that we kept her trotting. She did as much good as I did tonight. She did a great job focusing on her work. The far turn got shoved out in the middle of the track and still kept coming. Very happy with what I saw from everybody today. So with that, you have a full update. You got one this afternoon on my way home from the Meadows, and you just got one after Northfield Park. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. I hope you guys had a great day. Take care.